After almost 6 weeks traveling through Spain and Portugal, Duke and I took a local train across the border into France. We had breakfast in Hendaye before catching an intercity TGV train to Bordeaux. In Bordeaux, we walked to our hotel and then went out exploring. For dinner, we went back to a favorite restaurant from our visit to Bordeaux in 2021, Bistro Reno. The dinner was fabulous. Sunday morning, the streets in Bordeaux were deserted. We managed to find a patisserie that was open where we bought some sweet treats for breakfast. Around noon, we checked out of our hotel and took a bus to the airport, where we picked up the rental car we would drive for the rest of the trip. Our next stop was Saint Emilion, a wonderful little wine town not far from Bordeaux. We did some wine tasting and then bought a case to have shipped home. By the time we were done and had made a dinner reservation at the Michelin-starred restaurant next door to the wine shop, it was time to check in at Chateau where we were spending the night. We've just arrived at Chateau. I'm going to show you our room and the entryway here. Who knows how good my pronunciation is? Chateau. Obviously, it's a winery. They're selling wine in the shop. This is the breakfast room. This is the library. I think we might play pool later. And that's our room. Bedroom. She called this the red room, I think. The Salon Rouge.
Yeah, I guess.
And the bathroom. Perfect. As you can see, it was a really cold day, but the vineyards were still beautiful. We could see sitting on that bench on a summer day. Not today. The vines were just starting to bud, and they were predicting frost. Our dinner reservation in Saint Emilion was for 8 o'clock. The next morning, we awoke to hear helicopters flying low over the vineyards to stir up the air, and the smoke from the heaters was hanging over the vineyards. After breakfast, we went outside to see more closely how they were dealing with the frost. across there. In the little town park where we stopped for lunch, there was a pizza machine that served cold pizza in 30 seconds and hot pizza in 3 minutes. There were also candidate signs for the upcoming election. Next, we stopped at Fontdeuce Abbey. We spent the night at a little gîte near Saintes. For dinner, we chose a restaurant at Saintes from a list our landlady gave us. For breakfast the next morning, we bought pastries at a nearby boulangerie and ate them in a park. On our way to Rochefort, we decided to explore the island of Ile-de-Laurent. Based on the amount of parking we saw, it must be a very busy place in the summer. Near Rochefort, we stopped to see the Pont Transbordeur. It's a structure over the Charente River built to allow people and vehicles to cross the river on a gondola without hindering shipping on the river. That night, we had dinner at a wonderful little neighborhood restaurant in Rochefort. We see a oyster machine and a mailbox and a laundromat all next to each other. So the yellow thing's the mailbox. The wheatstrom is oysters 24 hours a day. Direct from the producer, and there's how you pay right there. Let's see. Oh, there you get 24 oysters for $11.90. Lots and lots of different ones. Or 48 there for $23.80. Direct, we're right by the coast here where they grow them, I guess. And then right next door is the grocery store, but also the laundromat. Convenient. That's our little car over there. On the map I saw a causeway, the Passage du Gois, that you can only drive on at low tide. It sounded interesting, so we decided to check it out. When we got to the other side, we stopped at the viewpoint so we could watch cars going the other way. We went back on the modern bridge. Our guide for the night was in an old mill. The room was in the attic and had low ceilings. Our hosts were very friendly. Since we were so close to the coast, we wanted seafood for dinner. They recommended La Maison de l'Excusier. In our next video, we will head inland towards Paris and the end of our trip.